Did Hot Toys actually listen to collectors for the first time in years? What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol, back with another video. Today, 6 scale news. We got some cool stuff to talk about. Hot Toys actually, did they listen to us? After years and years and years, did they finally listen to it? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some releases that are coming out soon that are rumors of releases. That's kind of a thing. There's a lot going on with that, so you should plan your budgets and your finances accordingly. We're definitely going to talk about that. And I have an update from my friend Yost over at Jazz Inc. Dioramas, and got some pretty cool stuff. I think we'll kick it off with that. So on the Jazz Inc. Dioramas, you guys know I have a few of their pieces. I've got their tentative for Hallway. I've got the Death Star 2 Deluxe for the DTOF. I have a raised speeder from them. I've got that. What else? Vulture. I've got the, what's the other one I got coming in? The Falcon cockpit, which I need to get that shipped over. And then obviously I have the 66 Batmobile coming in, and they've done a ridiculous amount of community involvement and sharing prototypes and videos and paints and like testing and all kinds of things over there in his specific Facebook group. In fact, I'll put a link to his group down below. That might help out. That way you can be involved in that community if you like, but play nice, be nice over there. And he put out this video. So I wanted to share it for those who are not part of that group or may not have seen that video of the final product video photos, I guess it's video, final product rendering of the actual 66 Batmobile, which I will absolutely be getting because I do have the 66 Batman and Robin. I don't know where it's gonna fit in my Star Wars display, no idea, but I do have that, so I wanted to share this quick video. I think it's like a minute and a half or so. Let's roll the footage. Does that flipping look? Now I did overdub the music because he had like some Batman theme music in there and I didn't want to deal with copyright stuff, so I threw my own music over it. But that was flipping amazing, and I cannot wait to get that here. Jazzy and Yost actually has the most ridiculous attention to detail in his pieces, and I'm very much appreciative of it, and I cannot wait to get that, even though I have no idea where I'm going to display it. And I actually got the 66 Batman and Robin over a year ago in preparation for this particular vehicle coming out. So pretty cool stuff coming from them. So, but definitely check him out. There's a link to his group down below and a link to his website as well. You can check that out. But I fully endorse what he's doing over there, and he's got some great pieces, and attention to detail is just Now you got to wait a little bit to get them. But once it shows up, man, you're like, whew, it was worth the wait. So that's pretty cool. So I wanted to share that news with you guys. Let's go ahead and get into some Hot Toys news. So let's talk about the latest release. I teased you guys on the Facebook group yesterday. I put a little good news thing on there. And I was going to talk about this last night. but my wife has been, she wasn't feeling well, so I didn't make a video about it. I just figured I'd tease you guys. And usually if you're in my Facebook group and you see like the good news thing, either the 6 scale news, it's usually 6 scale news is happening. Honestly, it's about the only time I post that. But I want to talk to you guys about a figure that Hot Toys, after years and years and years, is finally actually going to give us. And that is Valkyrie. And I am beyond excited for this particular figure. It looks flipping beautiful. Beautiful, looks beautiful. And I've wanted the Valkyrie figure ever since Thor Ragnarok. In fact, I'd really rather have the Valkyrie version of her, the hero suit, I guess, if you will, from Ragnarok. However, this is fine. I can go with this. We'll roll with this. But that was my personal preference, was Ragnarok, because it was just, I like that outfit. But we're gonna roll with this and see what Hot Toys is actually gonna give us. And if you, I know I'm not alone in this. It's super excited about this figure. So let's go ahead and get it, because it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. And I know there's gonna be those out there who go, well, I didn't really love the movie all that much, and I understand. I get it, but the figure looks great. Let's go ahead and get it. The head sculpt is like 9 out of 10. Like 9 out of 10. It's quite fantastic. Let's get into some of these photos. We've got her standing up here now. As obviously we can see, we got seamless arms. So if you've had the Shuri figure in the past, or even Ahsoka, those would be the most recent female figure we've had with seamless arms, or even like Harley Quinn. Those deals where there is a split, and we'll see in some of the photos. There's a split in the shoulder. The color match on this, from the body to the skin tone and the head sculpt, I think they did a great job on that. I can't really think of a figure where they didn't do a good job at that, so I'm not really shocked. Sometimes third-party figures don't really match skin tones with faces, and they just don't match all that well. Hot Toys obviously is gonna nail it. The outfit looks great. I dig it. The vibrant blue cape, it looks, I don't know. The proportions look great. I really don't have too much to fault in this. I think the 9 out of 10 on the head sculpt for me comes to where the eyes are. They kind of have like the larger eyes, the expression, I guess it was. I would like to be a more furrowed brow, I guess, more of a fierce warrior face, if that makes sense. They get a little bit of squint in the eyes, and you get a little bit more expression in the eyes versus the deer in the headlights look. So I'm not. That's just my personal preference. I'd like to see some action going on in that expression, right? Regardless of that, it looks like Tessa. It looks fantastic. And the way they're doing the hair, which is not rooted, by the way, I'm curious to see the actual photos at Secret Base. And when my friends over at Pop Collectibles get photos of her when she's actually on display, then we'll take a closer look and go from there. But I wanted to talk about her now, and then we can do another video. We can talk twice about this, right? The vibrancy of that blue cape is awesome. I love it. Here's a great example of how to use a non-dynamic stand to get a dynamic pose. I dig that. So it does look pretty awesome. She's got her lightning bolts going on there. We've got the daggers, obviously got to have those. And then we've got Thor, and then Mighty Jane Foster, Mighty Thor over there. And they all look great together. Of the three, I got to be honest with you, Valkyrie is the one I'm most excited about of the three. Now, I wouldn't mind having like the fur coat deal Thor. I think that would be pretty cool. I would be kind of shocked if they didn't give us that. It would be not uncommon for Hot Toys to give us multiple Thor figures from the same movie. Thor Ragnarok would be a great example. So I think we could definitely see that. And if that was the case, I would be happy about that. But she looks great alongside those guys. And this is what I'm talking about with the, let's see if I can zoom in here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the shoulders seams there. It's a little unsightly when you get to posing it, and it can be noticeable, but it's just a price you gotta pay. I mean, it just is. That's the price you're gonna pay for it. I don't know. If you're used to seeing wrist pegs and then, or neck, gaps when obviously she's got a neck there, like where you got a swivel there, then I think you gotta go with that. The awesome thing on this, check this out. This is cool too. Tattoos on the seamless arm. That's pretty cool. We were all wondering if they could actually pull that off. It appears that they figured out some way to make that happen, and I am for it. I think it looks great. The braided hair looks amazing. The posability, I think, it's going to be very similar to every other seamless arm female figure we've had in the past. I'm looking at Ahsoka, where you can pose it, but you don't really want to leave those arms in that pose for a while. So that's good. I'm way happier with this than if they gave us like jointed elbows, double jointed elbows with all the, it just looks cheap. And with a head sculpt like that, to have jointed elbows would be sad. It would be sad, honestly. It wouldn't look all that great. But yeah, that's it right there. There's the pose. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in here. This is what I'm talking about with the expression. Like that pose isn't bad for that expression, but a little bit of a squint in the eyes, and like, not like going like, you know, I can't even do it. Bug eyes like this, right? It doesn't have bug eyes, but they're wider, right? Instead of going, you know, I'm thinking, what am I thinking about? Zoolander. What's the name of the look? What's the name of the look? I can't remember. Anyway, you got to do the squint. Anyways, I digress. Go back to my days of photographing actors and models and whatnot. You got to give me some eye action, right? You don't want dead eyes. But it is an action figure, so we're going to take that into account. Look, it's just all around great. All around great. I dig it. That was a smart play on the photographer to put a backlight, a kicker light back there on that cape, though, to get some definition back there. Otherwise, it's been very dark. So that's a smart play. Yeah, I dig it. Maybe not that pose. But that pose right there, hero pose, straight arms back. This is something like you would do with Ahsoka. Arms back, you don't have to worry about bending the elbows. You don't have to worry about damaging the seams or anything. Love it. I think it looks great, and I'm for it. So I would like to know how many of you are actually planning on picking her up. $270 in the US. Solid price for this, for the head sculpt. I think it's good. I think it's a must-have for me. Anyways, if you want to pick one of these up, obviously Pop Collectibles will have this, and you can pre-order them. There's a link down below with a discount code if you so choose to want to pick one up from them. You can obviously check out Collector's Own as well. If you're in the States, you want to use Collector's Own, there's a link for them as well down there, as well as a discount code. I'm sure they'll have this on their site. Probably already do. But this is pretty stinking sick. I like it all. I love the details on the armor. It looks like it's gonna be fairly posable, so I kind of like that. We got Korg in the back tied together with the braid, so I imagine that's gonna be like a magnetic piece. Is that how that's gonna work? Or a switch out? I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Anyways, it's not creepy at all. We've got a detonator there. Yeah, so pretty cool. I would imagine it's got to be magnetic. It's got to be pretty cool look all the way around. Number of hands are acceptable. The split cut boot, which it doesn't appear to have, that's a little bit of a letdown. That might have kicked it over like the 9.5 out of 10 figure for me, but it's way up there. I'm liking this figure very, very much. So let's move on to a couple other things. I've got a photo here of JC Hong with the prototype of this, and this was too good not to share. I mean, it is scary good. I'm even gonna zoom in. This is scary good, like scary good. Again, the only thing, for a little bit of squint in the eyes, and I would have been like 10 out of 10. That would have been my only critique here. But good gracious, the blue and the braids and the whole tech, whatever, man. It's flipping believable. JC Hong, your team, you guys rock, man. Very well done. Let's get into some other news, which is rumors of releases. Now, this has been going on, and I think you got to plan ahead because I think these are pretty solid rumors, in my opinion. That's just, I'm throwing this out there. So rumors, okay. There are rumors going out that people have received some emails. So I guess that's really not a rumor. That's a fact that people have received emails that the Boba Fett repaint armor is coming out, as well as the one with the throne. So I'm definitely going to get the throne. I've got that coming. There's no way I just don't think you could skip the throne. I just don't think you can with a Fett. You're going to get a throne, and then when Fennec Shand comes up, she's going to look just like this. It's going to look awesome displayed there. Otherwise, who would you display Fennec Shand with based on the current source material? I think this is kind of how most people are going to end up going, and I think it's a solid choice as well. So if you want this, if you want to be picking one up, get it wherever you want to get it. I don't really care where you get it, but definitely pick one up because I think it's going to be pretty sick. Even though we've got a whole bunch of Fetts already. I'm thinking of like the 2-pack Fett, which is really underpriced right now. What the hell's going on with that? Well, that's a separate video. We're gonna talk about a separate video. I got a follow-up video going with that. And then we got the Arena FET, which a lot of people are now starting to get. We've got the quarter scale FET. There's lots of FETs going on. So there's this one. The other rumor going on is the War Machine Mark 1 reissue, the 2 point. It's not really a 2 points. It's a straight reissue of the exact same figure. We should still see that one very soon as well. So I know some people have gotten some emails about the FET. I don't think anybody's got anything about the War Machine, but I think the War Machine's due out very soon. I've also been one of those victims. You got an email that says, hey, we're going to be charging you. Your item's arriving in our warehouse in 10 days or 5 days or whatever. And, we're going to ship it out. And then they hold on to your money for a month and a half. I've been a victim of that. It sucks. So are these things actually going to be shipping when someplace? I don't know. Crazy stuff. But anyways, these two I think are set to release very soon. So stay tuned for that. I do have some thoughts on the recent, I know everybody's going to ask, on the recent waitlisted items, but I think that deserves a separate video and I don't want to make this video too long. So there's that. So for today's issue of 6 Scale News, we've got Valkyrie, we've got FET, War Machine, and we've got an update on Jazz Inc.'s Batmobile, which looks flipping amazing. Can't wait to get that one. And you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I've got a couple, here, I got them right here. These videos are coming out very soon, doing some retro reviews on Mr. Han Solo. And I got the other one down here if I could reach it. Come here, you. The other one is this guy. So these videos are in the works. Stay tuned for those if you want to check them out. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you want to join up on the patrol, either on Patreon or here on YouTube as a channel member, we've got some giveaways coming up very soon you might be interested in. So that's all I've got for today. As always, collect what you like. See you next time.